don't worry, I'm not going to make this lecture a boring grammar lecture. I'm just going to tell you the differences so that you can understand that what are the errors that you're making. Proofread. What is the meaning of proofread? That whenever you're writing something, you check the punctuation, spelling, capital, small errors, everything. So this less is actually, compared to what I asked for, is in small amount, right? So less is used for small amount.
Welcome to Uninterrupted, where communication means no interruption.
Hello everyone, welcome to Uninterrupted, where communication means no interruption. You know me, my name is Hina, and we are meeting again for this video where I will be teaching you some very important things. Very important, remember. But before that, like, share and subscribe so that I can come back again with some new content for you guys. Alright? Okay. So do you ever write your letters, your email or paragraph or stories, whatever you want to write, and you make errors, mistakes, right? And that is what I'm going to talk about today. So in this video, I will be telling you the common grammatical errors that we tend to make if we do not practice our grammar. And don't worry, I'm not going to make this lecture a boring grammar lecture. I'm just going to tell you the differences so that you can understand that what are the errors that you're making, and you can check, what are the errors that you're making. Yes. So the first thing that you need to take care of, even before I take you towards the errors, is what kind of errors you mostly make while writing in grammar and how to do that. So next time, whenever you are sending, your email or your report or whatever you're writing, before just clicking on that send button, proofread, or I would say, take a look at the errors. You can correct the errors, of course, that will be a benefit. But when you notice those errors, you'll be able to understand the problems that you're facing while writing. Is it the punctuation errors? Is it the spelling error? Is it the any particular grammar error that you're facing? And that is what we are going to work on. So are you ready to dive into the errors that I am going to teach you today, or the corrections of the errors that I am going to teach you today? So the first and foremost error that we all tend to make is your versus you are. So when you write these your and you are, in you are we use you apostrophe re, and your is your. What is the difference when you write? Sometimes, or many a times, I've seen my students making these errors that in place of your, they will be writing you are with apostrophe, or vice versa. So let me teach you. So your shows possession. That means something that belongs to you. For example, so I have this tab in my hands and I am saying that, hey, this tab is yours, right? Or here's your tab. So your means the possession that belongs to you. That means this particular thing belongs to you when I use your. But when I use you apostrophe re, the you are means I am actually notifying something to you. You are means you, as simple as that, right? For example, you are coming with me to the market. That means I'm talking to you. I am signifying you to come to the market with me. All right. So next time, do not get confused between your and you are. So the second error that we make, in fact, there are 3 errors that I'm going to talk about in this second point, are there, and there. I know it's confusing. Let me clear it out for you. So THERE is there, THEIR is there, and THEY apostrophe RE is they are. And all of these are different. But how? What is the difference? Have you ever got confused between these three? Let me clear it out for you today for final. So first is THERE. THERE is actually for a place. It signifies a place when you're talking about a place. For example, I am going there. So THERE here means I'm going to that particular place. It can be any particular place. Have you been to the market? No, I'm going there. So THERE signifies a place. THEIR is possession, when something belongs to a person. For example, it is their match. So the match that I'm going to watch today is theirs, or it is their match. Now, whose match is this? That depends on whatever or whosoever I'm talking about. So THEIR is signifying the possession of someone. All right. Now, last but not the least in all three mistakes is THEY apostrophe RE. That means they are. So they are again is signifying to people, not one person, but to two or more than two people, right? So they are coming to our home today. So there are two or more than two people who are coming to visit us. So they are coming today. So that is how you use there, and they are. I hope these things are becoming very easy for you, isn't it? So the next error that I'm going to talk about is THEN then versus THAN then. Both are pronounced in almost the same manner. Both sound same, right? Then. But what is the difference? Only the difference is between spelling and the meaning. So let's understand then versus then. THEN means time. THEN signifies time. For example, I will go to the dinner, then we can go together for a movie. So then is here for time. THAN in fact is for comparison. So THAN is used for a comparison. For example, he is taller than you, or your sister is younger than you. So that's when you're doing comparison, taller, taller, smaller, younger, older, all of these comparisons are done with the usage of THAN, not THEN. Remember? So I hope this is clear to you. Let me take you towards the next error, and this is the most frequent error and people get confused with it a lot. It is affect versus effect. AFFECT, EFFECT. Only a difference between A and E, right? But there's a huge difference between the meaning of affect and effect. So what is the meaning? So affect means influence something, when you influence something, right? So for example, your lecture had a beautiful effect on me, or this global warming is the effect of negative human activities. So something is influencing something, that is when you use affect, right? Effect is the result of something. EFFECT is the result of something. Your positive words had a very positive effect on him. Or understanding more about how to create routine had a good effect on me. And now I have a proper daily routine. So effect means it is a result of something, and affect is to influence something, to get affected by something. That is what affect and effect difference is. So next time, whenever you're writing affect and effect, understand the meaning, or in what context are you using both, so that you can write correct spelling with correct meaning. All right. The next mistake that I'll be talking about with you today is little versus less. It sounds same, right? You have little something, you have less something. What is the difference? What should I use and when should I use little or less? Let me teach you. So first of all, to understand little and less, you need to understand uncountable nouns. What is uncountable? Uncountable is something that you cannot count. For example, if I talk about air, can you count it? I mean, you can't see it, you can just feel it. You can't count that particular air in 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So whenever you can't count something, that is when we use little and less. So little and less are quite similar. They both means small amount, but how? What is the difference? So little means when you're talking about small amount of something. For example, there's only little time left, right? There's little time left for me to go there. So little means simply very small amount of something. But less is used when you're talking about comparison. Again, how comparison? For example, I asked for 2 spoonfuls of sugar in my milk, but the sugar you have added is actually less than what I asked for. So this less is actually compared to what I asked for is in small amount, right? So less is used for small amount. So there's less salt in this vegetable, there's less salt in my food today, there's less sugar in my milk today. So that means whatever it should be, whatever amount should be right is not there. It is lesser than the asked amount. So we are talking about comparison and less than what we want. But little is again very small amount without any comparison happening. Also, both are used for uncountable. So remember, uncountable. All right. Salt, sugar, uncountable again. All right. So I hope you're clear with all these errors. Now let me tell you how to eradicate these errors. I have talked about these errors that you're making. You may have understood all the meanings. Now how to correct these errors? First and foremost thing, you can of course go back to the video, watch the video again, listen to everything again to understand the errors. But first and foremost thing, to eradicate or to get rid of these errors, the first thing that you have to do is form sentences on all the errors or the corrected version of the errors so that you can correct it. For example, form one sentence on affect, form other sentence on effect, so that you're able to understand the difference between the two. The second thing that you have to do to minimize those errors or to eradicate them, eradicate means to delete, to finish them completely, is to actually proofread. What is the meaning of proofread? That whenever you're writing something, you check the punctuation, spelling, capital, small errors, everything. So before clicking on the send button, always proofread whatever you're writing so that you can understand the errors. And the more frequent you will proofread something, you will less likely to make those errors. All right. Always go with proofreading whenever you're writing something. The third way to eradicate those errors is always be conscious while you're writing something. If you understand the meaning of the correct versions of all these errors that you're making, you will not make these errors. So you have to be conscious while you're writing. Am I using affect in place of effect? Am I using there or there incorrect? That is how you have to be conscious about these errors. So that's how you can write very fluently. You can have beautiful writing, written letters or emails, and you can freely send those beautiful written emails and letters to someone without focusing on the errors. All right. So all the best for your correction of the errors. I hope you understood everything that I taught you. If you did not, then you can go back to the errors again, ask the doubts in the comment section, and I'll clear your doubts. And I will bring more such videos, more such errors or corrections in future for you. All right, but before that, you know what you have to do. You have to like, share and subscribe so that I can get motivated to bring more such content for you. All right, so I'll meet you again. Keep learning. Take care.